WION World is One has been tracking all the action in New York this week. Team WION's Siddhant Sibbal now sums up the big events of the week so far for you in this report. Listen in.
Well, if you talk about Thursday or if you talk about the entire week, it has been a hectic week for the Indian Prime Minister. Number of engagements from diaspora to climate change to counter-terror and many multilateral events, including bilaterals, major bilaterals, whether it's with US President Donald Trump or the Iranian President Hassan Rouhani. He started his engagement in Houston, where the big diaspora event was clearly the big focus. He spoke to Indian Americans with the US President on the stage. The bonhomie was something that became legend, that will of course will be part of the history books now. It was the headlines of major American newspapers on Monday. On Monday, of course, he took part in climate change, on universal health care, on counter-terror. Tuesday saw he inaugurating the Gandhi Solar Park on the roof of the building, the United Nations headquarters. Then on Wednesday, he took part in business event. He talked about how India is a growth story and world's investors should come and participate in this growth story. Thursday saw other events, including meeting with the Iranian president. Clearly a hectic day, a hectic schedule for the entire week for the Indian Prime Minister, but big outcomes focusing that India is a solution provider. India can provide solution to world's problems.
With people here to discuss and debate the biggest challenges, very many issues of global significance. India and India coming together.
Now, Afghanistan will be heading to the polls tomorrow amid heightened violence and a looming cloud of uncertainty. It will be the country's fourth election since the ouster of the Taliban regime back in the year 2001. Security is the operational word for election authorities in the country. Remember, the Taliban had vowed to attack election rallies and polling booths after the breakdown of the peace talks with the United States of America. US-led Afghan forces have also stepped up their attacks on the insurgents. So the dilemma facing the Afghan voter is this: will they take the risk of going out tomorrow to cast their vote? There are 18 candidates in the fray, but 2 have established themselves as frontrunners: incumbent President Ashraf Ghani and Abdullah Abdullah, who is the country's chief executive. The major concerns for the voters are security, the teetering economy, and a possible peace deal with the Taliban. Just over 7,500 polling stations will be open tomorrow, and around 2,000 will remain closed. This is because the Afghan government only controls around 60% of the country's territory. If no candidate gets more than 50% of the votes, there will be a runoff on or about the 20th of November.